friends, it's Lori from Cruising for Treasure, and I'm here today with another What Sold video. It's gonna be a lot because I had a great, fantastic weekend of sales. I had sales on all platforms, so eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Facebook. And so grab a drink, set me going, and just listen in. Let's get going from the beginning. Let's see, Mercari. Let's start with Mercari. We had 3 sales on Mercari, which is just amazing. So I sold this vintage avocado green tea canister that sold for $12. Now, as I've explained before with Mercari, I do include shipping in their total, so I pay for shipping. So $12, I'm really not making a ton of money, but I picked that up in a lot from an online auction, so it's fine. Let's see, next Mercari sale is this little beauty, Easy by Cody. It's new in the package perfume. This sold for $95. So even when you factor shipping in there, that's fantastic. So I was very excited about that. And again, that came from an online auction, and it was a whole lot of perfumes. And I think for that one, I did end up paying about $13 per box. So that is the cost of goods there. Factor that in, but still a great profit. Okay, next is Pioneer Woman ornament. This sold for $15. And then the buyer messaged me and said, I want to buy all of your Pioneer Woman ornaments. Well, so I have never combined shipping on Mercari orders, so I had to Google it to even make sure it was possible, because like Facebook, you can't do that. So I figured out how to do it, so I messaged her back, told her what to do, and then she never said anything else. So, but at least I sold one. And I will actually link above the video where I found those. It was an impromptu stop at a thrift store, and I ended up finding several Pioneer Woman ornaments. So if you didn't know, Pioneer Woman can be kind of a bolo because it's very collectible. She comes out with new patterns every year, and etc. Okay, next is this pair. These are Poshmark sales. Pair of Sundance boots. Sundance is a great brand to look out for. It was a catalog, and then they do have brick and mortar stores. I've been in them before. Their stuff is so dreamy, and their merchandising, how they set it up and display it, so gorgeous. Like, it makes you want to have one of everything. So these boots sold on Poshmark for $45. Super cute. Brown leather slouchy boots. Next on Poshmark, this pair of LL Bean wellies, galoshes. They sold for $32. LL Bean is one of my best sellers. Assuming the price is right and the style is current-ish, although vintage LL Bean sells for good prices too, but most of their stuff is just very timeless. It's very classic. So I love picking up LL Bean, and I sell pretty much everything that I find of theirs. Okay, next up is this fantastic new with tags vintage shirt. Okay, this sold for $32. And again, this came in a lot from an online auction. Somebody with their closet had never worn this. New with tags. Isn't this fantastic? I am positive that my grandpa wore something like this. $32. Out the door. All right, so then my 2 sales on Facebook. Let's see. First up is the message new with tags, or new in the package, whatever. This sold for $14 on Facebook, and then of course they pay shipping. And I purchased this at Goodwill for $1. This one still has a sticker on it, so I have to make sure I take that off before I ship the book, because that would be awkward. Okay, next on Facebook, another book, which is Whitetail Country, the photographic life history of white-tailed deer. And this sold for $20. So this came in an online auction, lot of books, and What I do is I go through and I find all the ones that are worth it for me to list. Like a $20 book obviously is worth my time and effort. And then the ones that aren't worth as much money, like usually I really don't like to list anymore now. I don't like to list books any less than $10. So all of those lower value books, then I just bring them to my used bookstore and I turn them in and I get credit. And then I use that either for books for my family or books to resell. So that is my process. Okay, moving on. Let's see, I'm gonna get the big item out of the way. Let me find it in my thing. Okay, this is a Woolrich Langhorne down coat. Woolrich, and this sold for $70. Now I have had this since last winter, so I'm very excited to have it get out the door. But it's just such a nice coat. You guys don't even understand. And actually, because I'm kind of cold, so I'm just gonna put this on. This is dreamy, down-filled, fantastic. Okay, so this sold for $70, and I do not remember what I paid for it. Probably about $10 at Goodwill. $70 out the door. Okay, next up we have, this was a quick sale actually, and this is definitely something to keep your eyes out for. Sweaters made in Ireland. If you've been to Ireland, it's a big deal. They have lots of little shops everywhere with sweaters and things knit from their local wool. This one is Innis Crafts. This sold for $37. One of these days I will find one that is my size and a style I like. I cannot stand turtlenecks, so I did not keep this for myself. But anyway, that sold for $37, and I think I paid $7 at Goodwill. That's the $7.50, and my Goodwill is what I pay for sweaters. So let's see. Okay, next is Thomas Jefferson Monticello pineapple ornament. This sold for $17.50, and I got this in a lot from an online auction. And I probably paid maybe $1, probably less. Okay, let's see. What do we have next for me to show? Okay, this one sold for $15. I picked this up at Sierra, and here's the brand, which I had actually never heard of. But Sierra is the outdoors version for like a TJ Maxx or Marshalls. Anyway, so I go there frequently, and I always check their clearance racks. And so they had a bunch of these hats for $5 each. And so I grabbed them all because I love to do that, because then it's one listing and then you sell it multiple times. And so it sold for $15. I did send an offer to a watcher. And it sold $15. Now I do like that because it's the work of one listing, but then it sells multiple times. So I don't mind taking a lower price on it, just because it's no additional work, if that makes sense. I'm saying that all wrong, but hopefully someone understands it. Okay, this I just picked up at a new grand opening of a thrift store that I went to last week, and they had this priced at $3 if I'm not mistaken. This is Willow Tree, and it's a camel from their nativity set. It's just so cute, so cute. And it sold for $35, so it sold very quickly, which I love things when they sell quickly. As we discovered last week, hopefully not too quickly, because then that might mean that you undervalued your item. But none of us around here have ever done that, right? Never. Okay. I find it so funny. I keep saying, like, I got my haul from DSW this summer where I got 70 shoes for $5 each. And I keep saying, I just haven't sold them, I haven't sold them. And now I sold 3 pairs this weekend, which is great. It's great. $20. So I paid $5. So $5 into $20. Happy to get it out the door. They look so comfortable. This is so soft. It's like a faux fur lining. Oh my word. Okay, so those are new. And let's see, what else do we have in my box? of treasures. I'm just making a mess out here, but it's all right. Y'all can't see it. Okay, no, not that yet. Next one is West Penn Mounted and Holler Cookin'. That sounds like a fun cookbook, right? I almost kept it, but then I was like, maybe not. I'll never use it. Anyway, so it sold to someone who hopefully will use it or maybe add it to their collection. So this sold for $15. Which is a great price. Vintage cookbooks, especially those little spiral bound ones, because they tend to be more hyper localized. So there's so many people out there that are interested in that type of thing. So $15 for that. Really, really great. I love it. Okay, next, my squirrels are at it again, hopping and jumping around out there. Okay, why can I not find, my computer is cold. It does not want to work. Okay, Stuart Weitzman shoes. These are so cute, right? Little platform there, the heel, just so classic. What's her name? Kate Middleton. She wears a lot of Stuart Weitzman. These sold for $40. I have sold this style for more before, so I think the value must have just fallen a little bit, which is fine. Okay, next is Patricia Nash, and it's just a simple leather braided belt, and that sold for $20. It's a size medium. Patricia Nash is definitely a good brand to look out for. She does purses and things like that. And okay, this is a Brioni tie for Rubenstein Brothers, and that sold full price. Sold full price for $79.99. So here's the label. If you can see that, really nice tie. I did pay up for this. I think I paid $8 or $12 for it from an online, but still, obviously, it was well worth it. Sold for $79.99. And let's see, Vince Camuto. I don't typically pick up this brand, but it was 75% off at my Goodwill because it was a color of the week. So I paid like $6 for it. Really cute shoe with a kind of a cutaway there that's a little bit asymmetrical. That sold for $34.50, full price, very quickly. So obviously I made a good choice in picking that up. But seriously, who would pay the full price at Goodwill for Vince Camuto? $28, it looks like, is what they had. I mean, who's gonna do that? Not me, obviously. Okay, next we have these. This is Goebel. It's so adorable and I'm terrified I'm gonna drop it. Two little bunnies made in West Germany. So it's definitely vintage, and I sold it for $15 plus shipping. So cute. And those came in an online auction with several other really adorable figurines that are all worth, you know, a decent amount. So I probably paid about $1 for that. Next is vintage linens. We love selling them. Canon fine muslin pillowcases. This sold for $8, new in the package. And I probably paid $1. Let's see. This next one is fun. I tell you what, whenever I pick up vintage things, just like the marketing that they had back then, it just cracks me up. This is a vintage Fisherman's D Lyre. Look at what it says on the back. Is that not hilarious? So basically it makes you an honest fisherman. There was a ton of interest on this. It sold for full price of $14.50. So cool. Okay, next is a pattern. Now, I don't sell a ton of patterns just because in my area, I just don't have a lot of patterns available to find. But one of my thrift stores does have them occasionally for 10 cents or 25 cents each. So I picked this one up and sold it for $9.99, which is a great price. Good return on my on my investment. We like that sort of thing. Okay, next is, this is the time of year to sell this type of stuff. It moves very slowly the rest of the year, but Pimpernel with the cork on the back coasters and placemats. This set sold for $10. So if you can pick them up cheaply and you don't mind hanging on to them for a little while, it might be okay, but I wouldn't recommend going out and just grabbing all of them because they really don't sell quickly, and then $10. So this came in a lot, so you know, it wasn't that big of a deal. Okay, next is a super fun one. I love finding this brand. I don't find it often, and when I do, a lot of times it's priced up. But this is Buyer's Choice, and you can see on the bottom, hopefully it's, yeah, Buyer's Choice. And this is the Santa Claus bell ringer from 1990, and that sold full price for $47.50. So these do sell year round, but obviously this time of year they sell better. One of my favorite ones that I ever sold at the Buyer's Choice was a Martha Washington one. I found it at Salvation Army. They had no idea what it was, and it was priced at like something silly like $5. I sold that for over $100. So keep your eye out for sure for Buyer's Choice. Next is a pair of suspenders, just unbranded, but they do have the leather parts on it, and those sold for $15. I pick up suspenders all the time because it's just it's a good category that has a good ROI on it, return on investment. Usually they're not priced too high, and then you get your money back plus more. So that's a good category that I like to source. Every time I go to the thrift store, I check out the men's accessories. So the belts, suspenders, ties, hats. Okay, next is, let's see, this pair of Chaco flip-flops, new. This is from my DSW haul, so I paid $5 and they sold for $30. So that's a great return. I love it. And then also sold, this is the third pair from DSW, Chaco, what is this called? A Ramble Puff Snow Boot. That sold for $30. Super fun. Look at the colors. $5 into $30. I will take it. Okay, and then another thing that I find amusing is I had mentioned on a couple videos that I had gotten, or no, I mentioned on Saturday on the Pickup in a Coffee show that I haven't sold any of my postcards since I started doing YouTube videos. Well, guess what? I sold 2 yesterday. So I think I just need to start talking in my videos about things that aren't selling, and then maybe they'll start selling. What a great idea. So let me dig out, where'd they go? In the bottom of my bucket. 2 postcards. The first one is vintage postcard, let's see, Boat Landing, Cascade Park, Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Okay, so nothing super special. That sold for $4, okay? And then it is used, obviously. It was stamped and sold, posted, not sold, posted. Has cute note written on it. And then the next one that sold for $4. The next one that sold is world famous San Francisco cable car. And that one was unposted. And that sold for $2.50. And that one, someone sent me an offer on it. I think I had it at $2.99. And of course I accepted. So what I do with these, because my buy-in cost is so low, I paid maybe 5 or 10 cents. I allow offers on all of them because my price, I'm just guessing. I am just like throwing out a number that I think maybe it's worth. And then, so then if someone sends me an offer, that means they're actually willing to spend that much money on it. And it means that maybe my price was incorrect, because people who buy postcards, who send offers on postcards, they're collectors. And that's the value of that card to them. They know their values. So at least that's my theory. It's not like a sweater where I have it priced at $50 and someone sends me a $10 offer. They're just wanting a nice sweater for cheap. Postcard collectors, they know the price they're willing to pay to add it to their collection, the going market rate. So $2.50, I am more than happy to accept that because these things are just, they're almost no work at all. You take 2 pictures of it, post it. I mean, so, and actually the people who do, who like make a living selling postcards, they get scanners and they just scan it in. So that's even easier. They can like scan hundreds and just pump out that many listings a day. I can't do that, and a scanner to do that sort of thing is, when I priced it out, it was like $500. I just don't come across enough postcards to make that investment worth it. So this works for me. I like it, and that's the beauty of reselling. You make it work for you, not the other way around. You don't have to be chasing after what everybody else is doing. You just find a method that works for you, and you explore that as much as you want. So that is what I have going out today. Let me know in the comments what is selling for you, if you are a reseller or if you aren't a reseller and you're just here for the journey. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons. As I have said every single time, we are trying to grow our channel and continue to provide information for you, because that's the whole point of these, is to just let you know what is actually selling for someone in as real time as we can get it every day, letting you know what is going out the door for me. So some days I might have really good days like today, and then other days I might sell one thing. And so my goal is just to be honest about that every day and let you know what is actually selling for a real reseller who has literally almost no following anywhere. I'm just a mom who's pulled in a lot of different directions, and I make do with what time I have to sell what I can on online platforms. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.